Welcome back to part 2 of Courtney's podcast episode. If you've missed it, she did do part 1 and we covered a lot, I think, of good stuff, and I got some really good feedback on it. So I think that's great.
Okay.
Yeah, we're excited to have you back, Court.
Thank you. I'm excited to be back.
Yeah,
so get my glam team to leave again.
Okay, they came back.
I had to pay them. Yeah, I had to pay them twice.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
That's coming out your check.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Well, in part 2, we're going to focus on where you left off in the conversation was talking about this big faith move, which hence it's her becoming a mom. But I do want you to start the beginning of this episode just talking about that faith move and how it came about.
We started praying, I want to say in about 2022, at the beginning of that year, my husband and I started praying about having a baby and just starting a family. And, went to my OB and she was just like, yeah, just, try for a year. And then if it doesn't happen after a year, then we'll plan B, right? So we were thinking, oh, we don't have to, do that. His mom, my mother-in-law, had 3 boys. My mom had 3 girls. So we were like, it should be easy, no stress, whatever. And then as we got close to like the end of that year, it's like, it's like 3 months left in the year, and then 2 months left and 1 month left. Yeah. And then you start to worry. You start to get a little nervous about, okay, well, what's going to happen? And then you go back and you say, well, we've been trying for a year. It still hadn't happened. Now, at this time, I'm coaching. I'm in grad school.
Yeah.
I'm also doing a new job. My husband's coaching. He's teaching. We barely saw each other. It was like, just 2 ships passing in the night, like we barely saw each other. Super busy, I wouldn't say very stressful, just like time demanding jobs, right?
Yeah.
Where you're caring for other people's children. And so then that next year comes up, we go see, my doctor, and she's like, okay, we'll just have to do like further testing and all this other stuff. And nothing no diagnosis, nothing, right? So she's like, okay, well, I'm going to recommend y'all go to a specialist. So we're like, okay, we go to the specialist. He's like, it was a very negative appointment, right? So he was like, you might not ever be a mom. And I was like, what? Yeah. And that's a doctor saying this to me, and someone who's supposed to be a specialist. And he's like, you might not ever be a mom, just from just the looks of it, from an outsider looking in, not really knowing anything. Well, there's no diagnosis, but it might just not be in the cards for you. I was like,
yeah, that was never a thought for you at that time.
Yeah. So then we take a moment, we take a break. We're just like, okay, let's, stop trying. Let's just figure out what to do next. So I go back to my doctor and she's like, I am so sorry that happened to you. That is not how a specialist appointment's supposed to happen. So then we end up going to see someone else, and super positive, right? And we end up trying IUI, right? So not completely to the IVF stage, but just wanting to try IUI. We didn't want to be that intense right off the bat. So we try IUI for a couple months. It doesn't work either, right? So then at that point, we're like, let's just stop everything. So
yeah,
let's just not think about it.
Stressful.
It was becoming more stressful than it was. Like the joy of trying to be a parent was not there anymore. So we just stop trying. At that point, though, I felt like even within those 2 years, I saw my husband take on a role of being a caretaker, because I had had a surgery done just to see if there was something wrong, and there was nothing. There was no diagnosis. No doctor could figure out anything. Nothing was wrong with either one of us. I'm ovulating when I'm supposed to, and he's perfectly fine, and there's nothing, right? And I'm an open book, so and my sister knows I'm an open book. So, but yeah, nothing's wrong with Alex, nothing's wrong with me. So we're like, well, then what's the problem, right? Like, what's happening? What do we do? So thank God we have doctors. We had doctors and nurses, and we also, that were Christian, but we also have a family that prays, and a family that's in
Yeah.
our corner,
Yeah.
and a family that, like our siblings, our parents, we have even friends that are in our corner that are praying for us and things like that. So we know we have God on our side, and we just stop trying, and we just take the pressure off. And we end up finding out, and before I say when we found out, it's just God's timing is beautiful. When we stop trying, we take our minds off of it. We honestly leave it to God. I graduated from grad school. Things were just slowing down for me. Things were slowing down for Alex. He was out of football season. And we just end up just leaving it all in God's hands. And we're like, it's his timing, right? Like, it's his
Yeah.
timing. He's the ultimate physician. He's the one who's going to tell us when we are going to be blessed with this child. And it ends up being that we find out on Valentine's Day
Yeah.
of 2024 that we are pregnant with our son. And I was like, he's so sweet. Like, that was the best Valentine's
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
I I just remember being at work. I was so tired. I had never been that tired in my life. And I just kept falling asleep at my desk, and I was like, what is happening? And one of my coworkers kept checking in on me. She just kept coming in. She's like, are you okay today? I was like, I don't know what's happening. I am exhausted. And she's an older lady. She has 3 kids. And anyway, so she was like, she was like, something's off. Anyway, but she knew. It was like she
Yeah.
had
She
this
knew
like
she could look
motherly
at you.
instinct. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't think so. I was like, I think I'm just really tired. I just stayed up late, whatever. We get home, and my husband's like, well, it's Valentine's Day. Let's go to our favorite restaurant, which is this hole in the wall Mexican restaurant, La Casina. It doesn't take much to make me happy. Just feed me. I'm good. So we go there, and it's just like the smell. Instantly, I'm like, I can't be here. I'm about to throw up. And then we found out that night that I was pregnant. And so I was like, oh my gosh.
I think a big part of that story too is Alex was very big about saying, let's stop everything.
Yes.
Yeah. How was
Yeah.
that
And yeah,
for
I'll go
you?
to that. I During my prayer time, I had been asking God to just tell me, like, what do I need to hear? Like, what do I need to do? What do I need to cut back on? And he
Yeah.
was like, let your husband lead. Listen.
Mm,
Just
wow.
listen. Let
Wow.
him lead. Let him lead you. Let him lead your household. And I was like, okay. And so one day, even if it's probably not that next day after I heard that, Alex was like, let's just stop. He was like, let's just take a moment and let's regroup. And like I said on part 1, he said it's already written. He was
Yeah.
like, it's already done. We just need to take a step back. We need to take a moment, regroup, and just trust in him, lay it at his feet, and just breathe. So we ended up taking this little vacation to Dauphin Island just for the weekend and just took a breath and just sat in the Lord's presence. We like barely watched any TV. We watched the sunrise, we watched the sunset, we took walks on the beach. We just spent time together, but in his presence and just
Yeah.
regrouping. And that's what we needed to just relax. And that all came, I mean, that was all the Lord just speaking through my husband for me to be obedient and listen to
Yeah.
God's word and what God wanted me to do. Because
Yeah.
as a woman, you're the one carrying the baby. So you're the one who's like blaming yourself. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
my fault, but I've got to do this, I've got to do that because like I'm the one carrying the baby. It's my fault, you know. So
Yeah.
so that's when
Put a lot
that,
of the pressure on yourself.
the pressure, the stress,
Yeah.
and then that anxiety started to creep back in, right?
Yeah.
So, of me like retreating and going to my old ways of like not talking, right? Of being
Yeah.
like, oh, it's okay, I'm good, like it's gonna happen. But in deep down inside, like in my gut and in the back of my head, I'm like, what if it doesn't happen? And then I'm like, people are probably thinking like, why isn't this happening? You know, and no one's probably thinking that. They're just, because no one ever said it to me,
Yeah.
right? But in
Again,
your
it's
mind,
you. Yeah. You
yeah,
put that pressure on yourself.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a big thing, that obedience. Like you said, God said, He's the head. Alex is the head of this family. Let him lead. And you getting that from God, but also being obedient to that, I think is very big as well. It takes a lot to do that, especially when our flesh wants to do something so different. Being obedient to what God has told us as well. Well, now Sterling is his name. I'm an auntie, so he's mine too.
TBB. Yeah. TBB.
Sterling is one. So what I want to talk about is, how has it been this first year of motherhood for you? You've been in a year now and
I
you've
know.
got forever to go. So tell me
Yes.
about the first year of motherhood. How has that been?
That was wild.
Yeah.
So, not even gonna lie. Honestly, they call it the fourth trimester because it's like
Yeah.
those
You're
first
still
three
in it.
months you're just, yeah, like new postpartum.
Mm-hmm.
That was wild. No one talks about the night sweats that you have as a woman postpartum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're drenched, like the sheets are, it's like you had a fever that you didn't even know about, and you wake up and you're like, why are my
Oh,
clothes
wow.
soaking wet and why are the sheets soaking wet? Yeah. Like no one told me that. And then there were people that, like some of my friends who had kids, and even mama, like she was like, oh yeah, that's that. I was like, so no one, no one was
No one
gonna
gave you a warning.
let me in on that. So yeah, the night sweats, and then just like when he would cry, just a diaper change, or if he was in another room and he was crying, or if like my parents were holding him, or if Alex was holding him and he would cry, the rage, like you have to, like, it's like a mama bear going to protect your cub, right?
Yeah.
Like, someone's hurting my child, where is he? You just are
Yeah.
like, give him to me, right? But
Yeah.
you're not meaning to. You're just like, I'm the only one who can console him or
Yeah.
console my child, so like, give me my baby, right? Didn't know that was a thing. And then as I've talked about anxiety, the postpartum anxiety comes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of like, am I going to do good? Am I going to do well? Or am I going to be a good mom? And just going back to critiquing yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like making sure you're doing the best job you can do in order to take care of this tiny new human. And I honestly did not want to leave the hospital because I was like, wait, none of these nurses are coming with me to make sure that I am feeding him
Yeah.
on time. I was like, wait, we're leaving? We have to leave? Like, can we not,
Can we stay one more
can we
night?
stay? Just like, give me like one more night. No, but yeah, so those first 3 months, whirlwind, right? Like, you're so exhausted. And then no one tells you either that you have to go to the pediatrician like the day after you get home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh? So get to the pediatrics office and they're talking, and all I hear is like Charlie Brown, like when she's
Yeah.
on the phone, like,
Nothing's
wah,
coming
wah,
through.
wah, wah. No, nothing's registered. Um,
That's so crazy that you don't hear about that a lot.
no.
Like after having a child, especially your first child, like what to expect. Like, because your body has just gone through something that's very beautiful, but something that also could be traumatic to your body. So your body sounds like it's trying to adjust as well.
And it's like the biggest hormonal change in a female's body, like right after they have a baby, or like hormonal drop.
Yeah.
And it was just, you can tell, like, your emotions are all over the place. Everything
Yeah.
is everywhere. So it's like, but no one tells you these things until you actually are in it. And they're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
expect this, expect that. And you're like, okay,
And maybe because
wow.
they don't want to worry you. Maybe that's one
Right.
reason why, which I
But you
get
know
that.
me, I need to know.
Yeah, I'm a
I've,
preparer. I like to
I've,
prepare. Yeah, I
I've
will
got to know.
know ahead of time
I
what
need
to
to know. But
expect.
and I did have an amazing team of doulas, and
Yeah,
also my
yeah,
OBGYN was amazing. They all worked together, communicated everything as much as possible. I mean, I felt like I was so prepared going
that's
into the
good.
delivery room, and even like after, and my doula's coming over for like 3 hours after to do laundry, let me sleep, take care of Sterling while, I just took a nap or took a shower or did something,
Yeah,
right? Um, so that was nice. But I mean, this year has been nothing short of amazing.
yeah,
Learning things about myself, falling more in love with Alex as a dad,
yeah.
and just a husband, just watching him be a caretaker to our son and be more of a, like, just be a role model even more, like he has been one for so many boys, being a football coach. But
Yeah.
wow, like now that he has a son, it's like a whole different
It's a
person.
different
So
dynamic now for your family too. Yeah.
yeah,
You guys
yeah,
have a very important role caring for a child of your own now.
yeah. And it's been a blessing, and his personality is coming
He
through,
is
and
silly.
he is
He's gonna be
hilarious.
silly. Yeah.
He is. But he's so chill.
He loves
But he's also, he
outdoors.
he wants
He
to be
loves
outside.
outdoors. Yeah.
Yes, wants to be outside no matter how cold it is.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's wild to me. He does not
Yeah.
complain or
Uh-uh.
whine.
And he doesn't cry. He just cries when he's hungry or sleepy, which is
Yeah.
fair. Um, we all do, but that's it. He is the easiest. We have been blessed with the most amazing child ever because he's
Yeah.
so happy.
And he's so
And
cute too.
he is, and we call him our little sunshine boy because he genuinely is. He laughs at everything. He's like a
Yeah.
ray of sunshine.
He really
So
does.
yeah, but
That's
it's been
cute.
awesome. It's been very good.
I love that. I like that, you did cover that first year is not perfect of motherhood. There are things you're trying to understand about yourself, get your own emotions in check while also caring for a child of your own.
While trying to remain, like, keep that intimacy between you and your husband.
Yeah.
That's also like
Yeah.
very different too, or just like trying to figure out ways to spend time with each other, which is usually after bedtime or either really early in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So after he goes to sleep, we try to like watch a show, but both of us, we
Yeah, you
just
fall asleep on the couch. I already
quit.
know.
Yeah, just we're out. Like,
But the
but
effort's there, and I think
yeah,
that's good. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that is very important too, because you still have your own relationship that you want to keep strong as well. Um, would you say that because you did speak to your anxiety and going back to the ways of being like, no, I'm fine. Was it easier for you to recognize that?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Were you
And
able?
then
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me more
and
about that.
and Alex will call me out too. Like if I'm like, no, I'm good, I'm fine, I'll figure it out. He's like, mm-mm.
Hmm.
He's like, he like won't let me go back to that or sit in it, which is
Yeah.
very good that he recognizes it too. So he'll be like, no, tell me what are you thinking? What's on
Yeah.
your mind? Get it out because you're not going to retreat and go back to that because we have someone else that we're thinking of now who does not need to mimic what I'm doing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I need to nip that in the bud now so that way he doesn't see
Yeah.
that that's the normal, right? Like that's not what we want. So anyway, so that's good that he recognizes it because sometimes I can just say no, I'm good and not even realize that I say that just because I
Yeah.
don't want anybody to worry or because I'm like, oh, I can do it when really I need help, right?
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I'm learning is as a mom, and people say it takes a village, like you need help,
Truly does. Yeah.
and you and Ashley both, but I'm just going to speak to you, but when we've been back at mom and daddy's house, like you were like, let me help you, let me
Yep.
grab this, and you just step in,
Yeah.
right? And you don't even ask how you can help, and I just let you because I'm like, let someone help you, like and that's one thing that I'm learning too.
If you practice it now, it'll be better because he is so young. Now it sounds like where you are as a mom is you're learning how to care for your child, but also how to let that village be your village, which I think is great.
Yeah.
And I do think it's also beautiful that you also recognize, okay, yeah, I may be saying I'm fine and I'm not, but I think recognizing that I think is huge.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the first time where you were just dealing with it and reverting, but and
Yeah.
then you also have somebody to hold you accountable too.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing is like I have a lot of accountability partners,
Yeah.
like not just Alex, but you, Ashley, mom and dad, y'all
Yeah.
all
And
hold me
Sterling,
accountable.
honestly. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, he's my
Yeah.
biggest one because I don't want because I don't want
Exactly.
him to mimic what I've done. So like he's the
Yeah.
one where I'm like, okay, let
Yeah.
me let me not let out that part of me. And it's okay. And I say this like some anxiousness, some anxiety is okay. That just means you
Mhm.
really care, right?
That's
Because you
true.
want
Yeah.
to do well, but where I was, you don't want to,
Yeah.
that was not a healthy anxiety, right? That was just a me trying to take care of things on my own because I did not want to ask for help because I
Yeah.
felt like other people were busy and I didn't want to be a burden, right, to anyone. I didn't want
Mhm.
anyone to feel like they had to help me, which a lot of people don't feel like they have to. They do it because they love you, because they want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To anybody that's in their first year of motherhood, what advice would you give them?
I would say we we didn't plan this, but it happened. And I'm so thankful for it. But when Ashley and mom and daddy came down and we like cleaned the house, we nested, right? We got everything ready. It was kind of like a nesting weekend,
Yeah.
like a nesting party. Everyone should do a nesting party,
Yeah.
do a nesting weekend where like you wash the baby's bottles or steam the baby's bottles, right? To clean them. You get the nursery ready, you get your cart ready, you get everything ready before you come home after delivering your baby. I feel like that was brilliant. Like we were so ready. All the caddies were ready.
Yeah, you had everything you needed too.
Yeah. Like the refrigerator was cleaned out. You know, the pantry was cleaned out. I just feel like everything was
Yeah.
organized. We had everything we needed. And if we didn't, then we took care of it like that week following or the weekend following, right?
Yeah.
So, um,
How did that
everyone should
nesting
do that.
phase make you feel, like as a mom? Like,
Oh,
why do
it
you
was
recommend it?
like, because it actually lets you know, okay, this is coming, like this is happening.
Mm,
Like it also prepares your mind to be a mom
yeah.
and to, you know, and I don't think it really hit Alex until after he came home. But Alex was like, "Oh, we got a lot of stuff." I was like, he didn't realize what all it.
What was going on? Yeah.
Yeah, but then when Sterling came home, he was like, and if you know Alex,
Yeah.
he was like, but Sterling came home and he was like, "Oh my gosh, we have this, we have that." Like everything was organized in his closet.
Yeah. He got it. He understood
Yes, he
why.
got it. But we got like in my mind I got it before, but
Yeah.
Alex
Yeah.
he got it like after, which, you know, that's
Which they
okay.
say, I mean,
Yeah.
they say men don't become fathers or realize really the importance of when they are a father until they actually see the baby being born. And for you, you're carrying the child. So that does make sense.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And so doing that, that nesting weekend, it helped. Like just
Yeah.
prepare my mind, just allowed me to be like, okay, I'm about to be a mom. Like,
Hmm.
which was, I mean, I could cry right now just because you think back to
Where you were in
where I
2022.
was. Yeah. And
Yep.
how I had a doctor speak those words over me. And I, you know, me and the power of words, that is like
Yeah.
for him to say, it's probably not going to happen. Like, what?
Yeah.
So that's ringing in the back of your mind. So to just, you know, for it to be here, for him to be here, that's a blessing more
And to
than,
be who he is and have the personality he has already,
yeah.
I think it's very cool too. Yeah. To kind of just see it all come into fruition. I mean, we've been watching, of course, behind the scenes and seeing everything, but just to be an aunt and a sister watching it all happen, it is pretty awesome to see how it came to fruition. But God's timing is much better than our timing. And I think through your story, you can definitely see that that waiting season can be hard. Whew.
Yeah.
We all are in a waiting season in some area of our lives,
Yeah.
so we all understand the waiting season, but to actually see something that you've prayed for and wanted and desired and something you wanted as a child, like as kids, we grew up on Disney, okay? So we watched and they lived happily ever after and we
Yep.
watched them have kids, like we watched that and that was really our childhood. To having babies, Cabbage Patch dolls, like
Yeah.
all those babies. And now to see you actually have a child that is already calling you mama at 1 year old, already says
Yes.
it. It's
Yes.
really awesome to see too, as your sister, to see that come to
Yeah.
fruition. Yeah.
And in the season of waiting, I remember just continuously asking to find for God to just give me joy in this season. Like,
Mm,
give me
yeah.
joy, give me joy. And then I ended up delivering joy, right?
Yeah.
Like he is so joyful. He
Yeah.
is the most joyful boy that I mean,
He
every
is.
day
Yeah.
he wakes up laughing and
He's so
happy.
silly. He is so
He
silly.
is very silly.
It's funny, like he's only 1 years old, 1 year old, which I think is, not a lot of people, you don't think about how much their personality develops then, but for him, he has a pretty funny personality to just be
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. He's also very smart.
Yeah.
very smart, and very observant too for a 1 year old.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna look around and observe everything around him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's awesome. So talk to us about mom guilt, because mothers do experience this, and from what I know, mom guilt is where you're away from your child, or you feel like you're not able to do for your child because you need to take some time for yourself, maybe, and that guilty feeling that you have as a mom.
Hmm.
Um, Speak to mom guilt from your perspective, and if that's anything you've experienced.
Oh yeah. So during maternity and paternity leave, where mom and dad were still here helping us, and they were like, "Well, y'all go on a date, and we'll watch Sterling." And I was like, "Wait, but is he gonna be okay?" You know, like in your mind, you're like, "Is he gonna be okay?" So, anyway, we went on the date, and I'm just looking at my phone, and Alex is like, "Just put it down. Like he's okay. You know, like he's
Yeah.
good. He's safe. You know, he's well taken care of." So, I would just advise, like, go on the date, to the mom, go on the date, go get the massage, go get your hair done.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm always usually in braids, so, which takes hours. And so I
Yeah.
usually try to schedule it for when he's taking a nap. Or I'll put him down for a nap, and then I'll leave, go get my hair done, and then I'll come back, and, you know, I've been gone for maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours after his nap, right? So I'm like, is he okay? Is he good? Is he eating is he eating? Has he taken a bottle? But I'm like, he's fine. He's with his dad. Like,
Yeah.
so it's just, but you feel guilty because again, you're like, I'm the only person who really knows what this child needs, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm the only person who knows how to take care of this child. But in reality, you gotta lean on the people, your family members, your husband, your wife, whatever, like even if you have dad guilt. But you've just got to lean on sisters, aunts, uncles. You've got to lean on your village,
Yeah.
because you do have to do things for yourself. You've got to because if you aren't sleeping or taking care of yourself, you will not be able to adequately care for
Yeah.
a child, like at all. Because then you'll start being delusional, or things just start happening. So you have to have a little bit of that mom guilt, but then realize, like, they're okay. If they need you, or if something's going on, they'll call you, right?
Yeah.
Or they'll text you. But other than that, you're fine. Like, I went to the movies to see Wicked with my good girlfriends, and I started looking at my phone, and I was like, hey, during the movie, hey, he needs to take a nap. Make sure he has a snack. And I just kept getting the thumbs up text back from Alex. He was like, all right, I got it. Like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I was like, I'll leave you alone. Like, you got it. Like, he's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, everybody knows what they're doing, but you just want to make sure to say it like one more time. But you feel guilty for going to do something like with your friends, or just simply like going to see a movie, or, because you feel like you should be taking care of this child all the time, right? And since now I stay home with him, which is awesome, which is such a
Yeah.
blessing, I do need that time, right? I need a couple hours to myself to be able
Yeah.
to go with friends and eat dinner or see a movie or whatever, or just be by myself and go to the grocery store, right? So, yeah. So guilt's going to happen, but it's a good reset for you, just for your brain, to just take a moment and rest, and then go back, because
Yeah.
your baby's always going to be there.
What's one of the biggest lessons you'd say you've learned in the last year?
Well, at first, I guess like the first 6 months, sleep when your baby's sleeping, because I would try to like clean up.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I was like, she needs to
Sit
sleep.
down. Girl, go to bed. Okay. But
I remember that you're like, no, I'm gonna clean. I was like, how is she gonna do this?
I don't
She needs
know.
sleep.
Girl,
She
go to
needs
bed. Okay. I'm telling you now, girl, go to bed. Don't. don't.
if they somebody needs you to text them that, you'll do it. Girl, go to
Yeah, girl, go to bed. Okay, I want you to put this on your phone. All right, girl, go to bed. Don't,
bed.
don't. That dish will be washed. Go get a
Yeah.
paper plate. Forget the dish. Okay.
Get a plastic fork.
Go,
Yeah.
yeah, go get a plastic fork. Go, no one, don't wash those dishes. Okay. Put them in the dishwasher. Throw them in there. They don't even have to be organized. Who cares? Okay. Go to
Yeah,
bed.
get that sleep in
Girl,
there.
go to bed. Okay. When that baby
Oh
goes
my
down,
God.
you go down. All right.
Exactly.
You
You
both
both
need to
go
go
down.
down. You both go down for the sleep, for the nap. Okay.
Well, at least
Whatever.
you learned it. But I remember you saying, perfect. When he goes to sleep, I'm going to clean the house. I'm going to get stuff done. And I was like, she's not going to survive
No,
this.
I'm
She
not.
mentally needs to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tried to do that, and then I was like, bro, what am I doing? Like, I was so tired. Like, I remember finding, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something that did not belong in the refrigerator. And it belonged like in the pantry. And it was in the refrigerator. I was like,
Yeah.
you need to go to sleep. That
Yeah.
was it.
Cut it
That
out.
was when I said, we're not doing this.
No more. No more of this.
Go to bed.
I think that's
Yeah.
good advice though,
Yeah.
because it's true. It's,
Yeah.
I guess you think you're superwoman, maybe? I don't know. You told me. I'm just
I
guessing.
guess because like before the baby, the house was always so clean.
Yeah.
There wasn't stuff. Like there's just stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
You've got a bottle or you've got I don't know, pumping supplies. Like that's I was like, I'm gonna wash my pumping supplies. Like, no, it's
No.
fine. Hold the baby and wash the pumping supplies when the baby wakes up. You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I guess like in the back of your mind too, you're like, I want my house to be clean. I'm here all day. The house needs to be clean for my husband for when he gets home. Like you just think of that too because you're
Yeah.
like, but you're taking care of a child. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
you have it the most important job, which is keeping a human alive and taking care of this child. Forget the house, right? It will
Yeah.
clean itself. And I also shout out to our sweet, well, anyway, sweet cleaning lady. She doesn't always clean the house, but if we need her to, she will be here in a heartbeat, right? So if it requires you to maybe get someone like a cleaning lady, just or hire a cleaning service to just come clean the house maybe once if you are able to do so, just like one time, you know, while you're in within those 6 months,
Yeah.
or you know, or two times while you're in within those 6 months, or even just ask your parents and ask friends and ask your village, ask your sisters or brothers. Just text someone and say, hey, can you just come tidy up for me? I'm really exhausted. Like, I
Yeah.
need to go to sleep. Like, I just need someone to come clean or come pick up, right? So yeah, just even doing that. And then, so that would be the first 6 months. The next 6 months, I feel like there's a couple of things, but one thing is don't feel like you have to sleep train your child. Like it's okay to get up in the middle of the night and go console your baby because they need you.
Yeah.
They need you, right? They need that touch. They're new to this world. Okay.
Yeah.
They hear noises outside. They hear noises in the house. They hear, I mean, they're cold, right?
Yeah.
They're new to the earth, right? They're new to the world. Can you imagine like you as an adult and like just coming into this world and just think
You're
about where
afraid
you
of
are now.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid of everything now, right?
Yeah.
But like just think about if we were just once protected, we were in this little womb and then now we're here. We're like, whoa.
Yeah.
bright lights. Don't, it's okay. You don't have to sleep train your bed. Because then they're going to be adults one day, and then you're going to be like, oh, I wish I would have held them that one time, you know?
Yeah.
So I think of that a lot. I'm like, just get up. Get up in the middle of the night. You'll sleep later, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I say that, but I'm like, the first 6 months sleep. But now I'm like, you get more sleep. But, just, it's okay to get up and console them for 30 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
They're new, right? So there's that. And then, obviously continuing to lean on your village, but go do things for yourself. Go get your hair done. Go get your nails
Yeah.
done. Go get a pedicure. Go get a massage. Go hang out with sisters. Take that weekend trip with, a girls trip. Go do that because you owe it to yourself to
Yeah.
just have a little reset. So that would be my advice.
Have you ever thought about how you want to show up as a mom when Sterling and his siblings get older? Like, what kind of mom do you want to be to him? We'll talk about just him since he's here.
I want to be at every event. I want to have the occupation to where I can be like, hey, my son's in this play, or my son has a performance, or my son's has a game out of town, or whatever. Like, I'm gone, right? I'm gonna
Yeah.
show up
Yeah.
because I think showing up is important, right? Like,
Hmm.
if you can be there, do it.
Yeah.
They children need constants in their life. They need consistency.
Yeah.
Show up. So I just want to be the type of parent that shows up and is consistent. And if I'm able to do so, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But I really would love to be there at school, decorating his football, basketball, whatever sport he plays, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to be an athlete. But whatever he does, I do want to be there to, like, decorate the locker room. I want to be that senior mom whenever at the pep rally where you're learning the dance and you dance with your
Yeah.
little, yeah, I want to do that, right? Mama did that, and so
Hmm.
I want to do that. I want to make those memories. So I want to show up.
That's awesome. What would you take from how mom and daddy showed up for us, from our childhood? Like what's one parental lesson you think you'll take from that and apply to your family?
I will tell you, because like I said in part one, if you know me, I'm the baby. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm the true baby. I was known for leaving things at the house. Okay.
Too much. I love the honesty.
I left my lunch every day. I left my cheer bag. I left my track bag. I left everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What we're not going to do is take that stuff up to the school. You left
Oh,
it. I'm sorry.
Courtney, you're the only one out of the three of us that called the most
I
to
know.
get it taken up to the school.
And my dad would bring it every
Every
time. I
time.
can't do that. I can't do that. We got to learn. He has got to learn to pack your stuff at night.
Now you sound like mom and dad.
Yes. Why didn't I do that? Someone should have. I needed a whipping
You
because
were
I
the
didn't pack.
only one. But you would leave like the little details out, like the
Just, yeah,
ribbon.
yeah,
And my mom was
yeah.
like, just take all the ribbons in the
Why didn't
bag.
I do? Why didn't I just put them all in the bag? Why didn't I just put them all in the bag?
You would have saved yourself so much.
Save so much heartache, right?
Yeah.
I blame it on anxiety. Anyway, so but no, what I will take is, I mean, they always showed up.
Yeah, they did. That's
I
what
don't
made
know
me
how
think
they
about
did
that.
it.
I mean, they both worked full-time jobs too.
I
I
know.
don't either.
I don't know how they did it between the three of us. Basketball, soccer, track,
We
cheer.
were very involved. Yeah.
I mean, we had stuff every
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
but they were there. So, like,
Yeah.
that's why I say show up, because our parents have been there for us, everything,
Yeah.
like
And the
through everything.
memories that you create, like for me, soccer, like playing soccer, I can hear my dad yelling from the stands, like,
Oh,
like you know
and I wasn't
who's
sitting up
there.
there with them because
Yeah.
they were yelling too much. But but yeah, that I mean, but they were there right
They
after
were
work.
there. Yep.
And if they weren't like on time, they were pulling in on two wheels, like to make
Yeah.
sure they were there.
Yeah.
So yeah, showing up, going to church,
Yeah.
like making sure we were plugged into like youth group at church, but making sure that
Hmm.
the church, not just this, like not just making sure we were at church, but making sure we were hearing the word and making sure
Yeah.
we were actually like understanding the
Hmm.
word and making sure we were plugged into youth, right? Like, and making sure that we weren't just like going to church, right?
Yeah.
They didn't want us to just go just because, we would check off a box, but we would go and we would actually like retain something, right?
Yeah.
So, and then making sure that we were comfortable with the church that we were at, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, are you learning? Is it going well? Like making sure we were involved. And that's what our parents listened, and our
Yeah.
parents wanted us to talk, right? Like if
Yeah.
there was stuff that was was going on at church, they wanted to know, or even at school. Like if something was happening,
Yeah.
they just wanted to know. And if you know our mom, our mom wants a solution. So
Yeah.
if something is going on, she wants to know and she wants to reach a conclusion, right? So,
They were big on protecting us as adults because they knew we didn't know life at our
right.
age. We didn't know all what life could deal people. So they were really good about being the adults that believed what we said when we said it and, stuck up for us. So yes, I do. I do like that.
Yeah. Stuck up for us, but they also were not afraid to, if we were in the wrong. Another thing that I liked is they were
Yeah.
going to tell us we were wrong.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like they weren't going to take our side I mean,
No, no.
and it was always, I'm gonna take the adult side until I figure out
Yeah.
if you were, like so, and that's what I appreciate too. So that's also another thing is like, I'll listen to Sterling as he talks, right, and we'll try to reach a conclusion. But if he's wrong, I want to be able to like articulate that in a
Yeah.
very nice tone, right? Like our parents do, like you were in the wrong. Nah, we're not gonna do that
Yeah.
again, right?
Yeah.
But if you were right, then like you're right. But let's figure out how we can solve this problem. Let's figure out like what we can do to make it better. So,
Yeah. The right
yeah,
way to solve problems. Yeah. They were
yes,
really good about that.
the right way to solve problems, but also like keeping us in church, plugged in, and showing up. So,
I like that. What encouragement do you want to leave the listeners about resilience, family, and growth? Like what encouragement would you like for them to know? This is coming from part one and part two, just kind of putting it all together. So I think now we've talked a lot about just your life overall, um, and how like anxiety and things started when you were younger, but how you recognize it now and you've been able to grow through that and have a beautiful family, a beautiful life. So, what encouragement would you give somebody that, let's say, it feels stuck right now, um, and can't move past some of those emotions they may be feeling?
I'll touch on growth first. Realizing that you've grown. You have to realize that first. You can't be so hard on yourself about the small thing, right? And I don't know where I heard this, but I just keep saying, I say it to myself during prayer time, like, we may not like exactly where we are, but we're not where we used to be.
Mm. Yeah.
Right? So, like, that's growth in itself.
Yeah, it is.
Okay? So, like, it may not look pretty right now, but think about where we were. Right? Think about where you were and go from that and just be like, okay, wait, so I'm not there anymore, but I'm at this point, and let me find the joy and find the beauty in this point right here. Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
let's build on that, because then tomorrow you're not going to be where you were yesterday. So just keep building on that and keep growing from that day from before.
Yeah.
So from growth, that's kind of how I view my growth, is like, okay, I may not have liked where I was in high school or college, whether that be academically, socially, whatever, mentally. But I like where I am now, right? Getting a master's, or going to get another degree, or even socially, having more friends, or even mentally, having more clarity, being able to
Yeah.
vocalize your wants and needs more. So that's where I think the growth aspect is. With resilience, you've got to really pick and choose, because people will do to you and say to you what you allow and what you want to absorb, if that makes sense. So if I allowed the doctor who spoke those words over me
Yep.
to have power, to have control,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I am today either, right?
Yeah.
So I had to, in that moment, that sucked. Realize it, process it, feel it, but don't allow that to have power in your life. Be resilient from that. Like, if someone speaks some words over you as a mom of a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 16-year-old, whatever, 1-year-old, don't allow that to hold weight. Because those words don't matter, right? So, like, how can you be resilient from things that have been spoken to you, even probably as a child, right? From a parent, or from a teacher, or from a guardian, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
That's not who you are. You are who God says you are, not who man says you are. So, so if I wasn't resilient that day or that week, I wouldn't be where I am. So I guess that kind of goes into growth too. But and family wise, I feel, not just like through having Sterling or watching my husband be a dad, but even like my parents and my sisters, I feel like I've grown so much closer to y'all, in the sense of me changing from being the youngest to like being a mom now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's been growth in that, but also we've grown closer in y'all saying, oh, she needs help, or we've just grown closer in the sense of like just laughing over things that Sterling does, and then it creates memories. So we've just been creating more memories, and I feel like we've grown. We've all been close, right? But it's just another way for us to continue to get closer.
Yeah.
So family wise, I just feel like bonds are so much stronger, and I feel like anybody who knows me knows I love to go, right? And I've always done that my entire life, but I think lately, I've been in this season of slowing down.
Yeah.
Right? And it's been so nice.
Yeah, I can see the change in you for sure.
It's been so nice to just slow down, to really be present, and be present with my sisters, be present with my parents, be present with my husband, with Sterling, and just not feel like I have to go all the time. I'm like, oh, Sterling's got to take a nap. We're going to let him take a nap and we're going to go watch a movie. Like,
Yeah.
we do that for, and just, I don't have to go outside, right?
Yeah.
And by outside, I mean, we ain't got to go out. We don't need to go to a movie. We don't need to go spend money. We don't need to, just finding the simple things in life of like just simply being with your
Yeah.
family
Yeah.
and resting with your family, doing game night, you know, just making memories as adults because life has always been so busy. Once you get to college and then you try to establish a job and, all this other stuff. But life can get busy. But when you get older, you'll realize like the real important things are your
Hmm.
family. So it kind of takes you back to your childhood.
Yeah.
So
I think
yeah,
those are all great.
this season of slowing down has been
Yeah.
so beautiful and restful.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
needed for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all need a season where we're slow and resting. Yeah. And taking that time for us. I think those are all
Yeah.
great. I really love the resilience too of um, not letting someone's words really hold weight in your life. Yeah, I think that's beautiful because like you said, there's no telling where you would be today if you really took hold of what that one doctor told you that was
I
not
mean,
true.
and it's
Yeah.
like even you, like your
Yeah.
diagnosis.
Yeah. It's the
If
same
you
thing.
listen to the doctors
Yeah.
that told you stuff and
Yeah.
things that we heard doctors tell you,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be. I mean, if you
It's
allowed that to
true.
hold weight, then that you wouldn't be doing this podcast and
It's
people wouldn't
true.
be
Yeah.
listening, right?
Yeah. Having
So,
that resilience. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, Courtney. I do like that we were able to really speak on motherhood and what people go through because you just don't really hear that a lot. Um, and it's healing in someone else, another mother that may be listening to this podcast episode right now that feels alone in it. And, now they feel less alone because they know that they're not the only one that has dealt with this. So thank you for
yeah,
sharing that.
you're welcome. And you're not
Awesome.
alone. But don't
Yeah.
forget, go to bed.
Please go to bed for
Go to
all
bed.
of us.
Go to bed.
Don't clean the house.
Don't clean the house. Don't clean the dish. Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
All right. See y'all later.
Okay, bye.